everybody, it's Anne-Marie again. Warm welcome to our workout tonight. I was asked, and it's a great idea, just to start the live feed a couple of minutes before the proper workout, just so that you can check that your equipment is going, check that everything is working for you. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm just going to have a couple of minutes. We'll do some slow, relaxed breathing, which you might need after the tension of trying to get all your technology working. I totally understand that, okay? So let's just focus. We're just going to stand up neutral. We'll go through our proper standing alignment in a couple of minutes when everybody else joins us. But just to start, we'll get our neutral position and we'll focus on breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, hold it there, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold it there, 2, 3, 4, so just a slow, relaxed breathing, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3, 4, hold there, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, hold it there, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold there, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold there, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, one more, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. I hope that's just relaxed you before we get into our proper session tonight. So I'll say a proper hello now. Hi, I'm Anne-Marie. If you've not done my workouts with me before, very warm welcome. If you have done them before, then a very warm welcome too. I'm delighted you've come back to join me again. As always, this workout's not been intended with any specific injuries in mind, so please listen to your body. If anything feels uncomfortable, if it doesn't feel right, if it feels twingy, either sit that exercise out or you may choose to do a modification. I'll be giving loads of modifications as we go, so please don't worry if you can't do all the bits of the workout. I have been informed there can be swearing when the workout's going on, not by me, maybe by you. I do institute a virtual swear box. That's how I'm going to make my millions, okay? Fantastic. All right. Well, I'm so delighted you're here with me. Let us start as we always do with our alignment today. Okay, so I want you to start with your feet directly under your hips, remembering your hip bones, pointy bits at the front. I want your feet directly under, and we'll just move forward and back, forward and back. So we're just releasing the tension in the feet. We're allowing some movement to come through the feet. You might want to really go high onto the toes, really feel that squeeze into the calves to get you there, and really leaning back into the heels, but allowing the toes to spread, get some movement throughout the whole of the foot. Okay, letting that settle forward and back right in the middle, so you should feel the weight in between the toes and the heel. And just, if it's comfy on your ankles, just rocking out and in. So you're going to out to the outside of the foot, the inside of the foot. Again, if that's comfy on your ankles. If it's not, by all means, just stick with the forward and back. Just take a little break. Okay. And again, letting that settle so that the weight is directly into the middle of the foot. Moving up through the leg, knees are just soft. So remember, we don't need to lock them out. Just a gentle bending at the knee, just so that we're not locking out, we're not getting that tension and tightness. Just release it there. Coming up to the hips, we've got that bowl of water. So let's tuck under and over, under and over. So what we're thinking about is getting that movement into the lower spine. So today may have been a very static day for you, I don't know. It might have been a really active day. You might have had a busy weekend. You know, it's been such beautiful weather this particular weekend. Maybe you've been outside going for a little walk, getting some fresh air if you can. Or you might have been at home and therefore feeling a little bit stiff. So let's work through that stiffness. Work through any tension that you're holding in the lower part of the spine. Letting that come to settle in the middle, so that bowl of water is just settled. There's no water falling out the front, back or side to side. Really nice and level in the hips and strong in that hip position. You can almost imagine that whilst your feet are pointing forwards, this is how I discussed pulling your shoulder blades down your back. You can imagine with your feet that you're gently imagining you're screwing your feet into the ground. So whilst your feet are pointing straight forwards, if you just imagine that screwing around, just gives you a little bit of tension around the hips just to support that pelvic position. So coming up from the hips through to the rib cage, that should be directly over the hips. So we're standing up nice and tall, all the way from the bottom of the tailbone at the back, all the way just pulling up through the spine. You've got a long, long spine. We'll bring the shoulders forwards, up, back, and ease them down the back. So the shoulder blades are going towards the back pockets, the shoulders are going down towards the floor while the head is reaching up high because you're pulling up through the top of your head. Imagine a piece of string coming out the top of your head that you're hanging from. So you've got that long, long spine, this lovely big gap between the shoulders and the ears, and the chest just feels lovely and open. The shoulder blades gently squeeze together at the back. So we've got this nice open position, hands opening to the front. And we will go back into some full and wide breathing. We have that little bit of box breathing at the beginning, just to relax you, to calm you down, to let you make sure you've got all your technology going as it should be. And now we'll go for our Pilates thoracic breathing. So if you want to, you can have your hands on your rib cage, fingers just touching in the middle, and as you breathe in, feel those ribs open. And bring them back together as you breathe out. You've got this real sense of bellows going out and in. You might want to feel it in the back of your ribs as well. We've got this lovely opening. Really super relaxing. Okay, we'll think about our core contraction. Today we're going to imagine that visualization of a lift inside your body. So you've got 10 floors on the lift. The lift is like the pelvic floor drawing up inside you. So it's that sensation you have on the pelvic floor, for instance, when you're trying to stop having a wee when you're mid-flow. So as you breathe in, I just want you to squeeze that pelvic floor up, lift, lift, lift up to the 10th floor on that lift, and release. We'll just recover with a breath or two. And then when you're ready, breathe in, draw that pelvic floor up to the 5th floor, so a half contraction. Holding it there, should still feel tense. And release. If you ever want to feel the sensation of the muscles, if you find this crease kind of going from your hips down into your legs, just go in and down a little bit from your hip bones. And as you breathe in, we'll go for that 30% contraction. You should just feel tension just underneath your fingertips here. And that's a sign that your pelvic floor, your core, it's all drawing in and tightening up. So we'll go for that 30% contraction. And we're aiming to hold that throughout our workout. So I'll keep reminding you that with that lift analogy throughout tonight's workout. Okay, let's get some movement into our body now. So we're just going to start, bring your feet a little bit wider than they normally would be. And I want you to swing your arms, just gently swing them around. We're just releasing the shoulders, allowing some movement. We're getting rotation through the spine. You can take the head round as you go round. Wonderful. Really feeling that relaxation, let the hands flop all the way round. Might be able to turn the head so that you can see towards the back of your room. And keep that rotation going. And as you're going, gently and gradually allow the arms to go slightly higher, so they're coming up kind of in line with your chest. Keep twisting, going up to shoulder level, keep going, up to head level. So swinging across and up now, across and up, lovely. And coming up to pointing towards the top of your room. Okay, lovely. And the next time your arm comes over to the right, so the arm that goes up towards the right, just hold it there for me. And I want you to start with the palm facing towards me. And from there, I want you to twist the hand so that you're screwing a light bulb into that top corner and release. Screwing up and release. So the palm of the hand is coming to face me and then to the back wall, maybe all the way up to the ceiling. It's a kind of in and out movement, really getting rotation all the way through the arm and the shoulder joint. And I just want you to hold it up there. The opposite heel will have come up, and holding that position gradually, let that heel come down. And as the heel comes down, let the gaze drop down to the floor. You're keeping the arm long. You've got this lovely long side position. Holding it there. And release, release. I was actually working quite hard into the shoulder muscle as well. Might want to give it a little pat, a little rub, a little shake. All good. Okay, so we'll go back onto the other side now. So we're going to do the same thing. So start with the palm facing me, pointing up, and then you're going to screw that hand towards the top corner of the room. So screw it up and release. Screw it up. As you screw up, that opposite heel comes off the floor. You've got this lovely long stretch along the side, and this long position all the way from the heel all the way up to the fingertips. Okay, we'll hold this one up here. Hold. Let the opposite heel go down towards the ground. Let the gaze come down. Holding that side position. Oh, feel that lovely length through this side. Get some really nice breath into these ribs at the front. And release. Again, give it a little rub, give it a pat, give it a shake. It's quite a lot of work into the arm and the shoulder, but a lovely long stretch there. Okay, we're going to do a move. We'll get back to our neutral position, so feet directly under the hips. We're going to do a move called the standing dart. So the dart, we're going to start with our hands pointing in towards our thighs. Got that long spine, and I just want you to screw the hands so they're coming forwards and opening out, pass forward, so thumbs end up pointing back. You're looking up, stretching across the chest, shoulder blades draw together. And release, and you can turn the hands in the opposite direction, so you're almost curling into yourself. Wonderful. And opening, open, look up, and turn the hands the other way, look down. So you've got this opening through the top of the chest, through the shoulders, looking up and down, and a couple more. Squeeze those shoulder blades at the top, get a really nice extension through the chest, through the spine, and down. We'll do one more. Looking up, really nice and tall and long, and release it there. Again, you can have a little bit of a shake, So, this move we're going to do is a little bit balanced. This is not the main balance, you're not there yet, but a little bit balanced, but movement into the hip joint. So take the feet a little bit wider. I want you to take one arm up, and the opposite leg is going to come across to meet it, and back. So you are balancing on the standing leg, but you're getting some twist through the body, some strength into the hip flexor, strength in through the shoulder. You're squeezing across, you're working across the core, you're getting some really nice movement. Lovely. And just a couple more. And if you do need to hang on to something, by all means do so. Okay, we're going to switch sides, same thing on the other side. So if you do need to grab on, do, but you've got that long position coming across. So we've got this contraction across the core. Lovely contraction, bringing the elbow down to the knee. That's it, fantastic. That length as you stretch, and then squeezing to bring the shoulder over, the elbow over towards the knee. Just one or two more. There we go. Relax it there. We're going to do a little squat to side leg lift to also open out the legs to the side again. Let me remind you, if you're not used to doing squats, I'll show you from the side. The feet position is probably more like the outside of your hips this time, so it's a little bit wider than we normally are. But what I want you to think about is the bottom going back and down. So the knees are not coming as far forward as the toes. It's the bottom going back, the chest stays up. So this is your squat position. You're pushing back and down. Now, depending on how your knees feel, depending on your movement, you might not go that low, or you might go lower than me, okay? That depends on your mobility in your hips, ankles, knees. Okay, so we're going to do a squat, side leg lift. Squat, so squeeze that outer thigh, to lift out the leg, and it's a squat down, lift out. Squat down. So as I said, your squat may be a different depth to mine, and it's always true in my workouts, work at your pace. So if you're finding me going too quickly, by all means, slow it right down. It's all good. Lifting out. So again, we're working into that shoulder already. Working to the side of the leg. Obviously working the glutes and the quads at the front as we're going through our squat positions. Lovely. Last one each side. Okay, and we're there. So we're going to do another leg opening to the side. We'll do that open the gate move. I think we've done this one before. So bring the knee up, out, and down. Up, out, and down. Again, you might want to hang on to something. There's quite a lot of balance already, isn't there? But it's also a lot of strength through this mobilization. Through lifting this leg up, taking it round, aiming to keep the hips locked, pointing forwards. So it's not a whole body twisting. It's keeping the hips where they are, but just working through the leg. And we'll switch sides, out to the side. So bring the knee up, wide, and down. Lovely. Should be really starting to warm up actually. Might even be getting a little bit out of puff already. Don't worry, we'll be lying down soon, I promise. It's not a long way away. Okay. So the balance I want you to work with tonight is a little bit of kind of a composite balance. We're going to be doing a couple of things that we will gradually progress through. So the leg that is the standing leg, just have gently soft. When you're ready, again, if you need to hang on to something or be near to something, ready to hang on if you want to, get in that good position. We're going to start by just doing a quad stretch. So this quad stretch, you often do it lying down. Let me show you from the side. So you've got a gap between your bottom and your heel. My hand is where my shoelaces would be. Pushing the hips forwards, pushing the knee down. Okay, so that's from the side. Still standing up the spine nice and tall. But I'm trying to push the hip away from the foot. Push the foot away from the hip. Lovely. So from here, I want you to, if you can, just bring that knee forwards and change it into a standing and a leg hug in front. So now you're stretching kind of more into the glutes, giving a little release into the hip flexor. You might find it tricky to bring your knee up this high. It might be more like that. That's absolutely fine. But if it's comfortable, you can bring the knee right up towards the chest. Maybe you can get it further than mine. And then from here, I want you to take it out to the side, in that side position that we had a moment ago. So you will be feeling it on this standing leg. This standing leg is going to be wobbling around like nobody's business. Ankle going, knee going. Just keep it soft. Keep looking. Here's the tip. Look at something stationary in front of you. So don't look at me. Find something, a picture on your wall, clock, something out the window that's not moving. Okay, and we're going to go through it once more. So if you can, without putting your foot down from here, get back to that quad stretch position. So quads, these big muscles at the front of the thigh. Trying to keep it stable. I'm really starting to wobble now. But trying to keep it stable. Really getting a nice stretch. So we're enjoying a stretch and some strength through our balance today. And then bring that knee up and in front. Hold it in front. Now, the astute amongst you will notice we have still only done one side. This is a bit of a worry already. Don't worry, we'll get there. We'll be all right. Bring that knee up. And we'll take it out to the side. Is anyone else's leg that they're standing on absolutely screaming? It's okay. We're nearly done. We're nearly done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Oh, give it a rub. Give it a rub. Now at any point, we have got to do the other side. At any point, if you did need to tap that foot down, if you need to grab on, do what you need to do, okay? I'm trying to lead you through a challenging option. But obviously, if you want to take a rest, that's absolutely fine as well. Okay, right, other side. Where do we start with that quad stretch, wasn't it? So let's get into the quad stretch position. Knees together, push the hips forwards, pushing the foot away from the hips away from the foot. So you're trying to really get some distance between the bottom and the heel. Lovely. So we've got this standing position. Don't really mind what you're doing with your other arm, by the way. You know, it on the hips, I'm quite happy with it just by my side. You might want it out to the side, you might want it nice and high. That might be a bit more of a challenge if you'd like a bit more of a challenge. But from here, we'll go into that knee up to the chest position. So here you might want both hands to grab onto the front of that shin if you can reach. But like I said, you might be a bit lower down, so it might be kind of more near towards the kney joint. I wouldn't suggest holding onto the knee joint. It might be closer to the knee joint. We might be able to bring that nice and tight in towards the chest. Lovely. And then taking it out to the side. So remember, we did 2 of each of these moves. This is the first time round. This is the part of the workout I normally regret what I've planned. Because I think, oh gosh, that's harder than it looks, wasn't it? But we're getting there. We're all good. We are all good. Okay, still standing up nice and tall. Focus on, I noticed myself just leaning forward there, standing up nice and tall, long spine. Okay, back to the quad stretch for me. Back to the quad stretch. Feeling it in this standing leg. Keep pushing the heel away from the bottom on the bent leg. Keeping a soft standing leg. So soft and responsive. Again, remember to look at something absolutely stationary in front of you if you can. And bringing the knee up in front. If you need to tap it down anytime, do, that's fine. And for you, it might not be up here. If the balance really isn't working for you, you might have your toe tapped onto the floor, something like that. Or you might be quite comfortable in this kind of position. And take it out to the side. Whoa, not that far. There we go, so you've got this lovely, nice side position. Keeping the hips level. So they're level as though you're between 2 panes of glass. Holding that lovely position. Nice and long. Long through the leg, long through the spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. My goodness, we've already done a good job there. Right, let's get down onto our mats then, as I promised you. What we're going to do today, if you want to stand at the back of your mat, so tonight my head end is that end. Standing at the back of your mat, we'll get into our neutral position. So just getting that neutral spine, small arch at the lower back, pulling the shoulder blades back and down. And from here we're going to do a few rolling down, rolling up. So when you're ready with me, breathe in, switch on the core. As you breathe out, tilt the chin. And we're going to gently peel the spine. Now we're going to do a few of these, just to gradually warm up this rolling motion. You don't need to go all the way on the first one. Okay, I'm doing about halfway. And I'm restacking those vertebrae bit by bit by bit, lengthening up back to neutral at the top. When you're ready, take the chin down, peel it down. And just easing down inch by inch, so just getting a little bit further each time you roll down and rolling back up. Just enjoying this gradual movement of the spine. So you might here find some kind of sticky bits in your spine where you think, oh gosh, they won't go separately. And just feel like you're plunking down. If that's the case, don't worry. When you get to that position, you might want to hold it a little bit longer. You might want to feather down. So what I mean by feathering, you're just gently rocking side to side as you go. And it might just ease a little bit of tension on the way down. It's just a gentle movement. You're not forcing anything. Just a gentle feathering might just make it a little bit more comfortable. So rocking the hips, rocking the body side to side. Especially if you're feeling a little bit clunky. Okay, you should be starting to get down now when you're rolling down towards the bottom of your flexion of your movement. So the arms, are they heavy when you get down? The head's heavy. You're allowing the spine to relax. And I'm just going to ask that the next time you come down, whenever that is, and there is no rush, the next time you come down, just come all the way to the bottom of your movement. So I'm letting the spine roll, roll, roll. Arms heavy, head heavy, shoulders heavy. Just gently easing some length into the spine. So just hold it here. Now here could be a very different place for you. You might not be down at the floor yet. You might be absolutely flat hands on the floor. And if you need to, if it's too tense in the hamstring, just have a little gentle bend into the knees, that's fine. We're just going to allow the spine to lengthen while we're here. Just for a moment or two, a couple of breaths. Allows, if you've taken a little bit longer to get down, just gives you time to get there and join me. Okay, and from here, if you're ready, just gently walk the hands forwards. We're going to go through into an all fours position. So coming to all fours, let's get our neutral all fours position to start with. We are going to gently have the ankles, knees and hips aligned as though they're on tram tracks. The shoulders are drawn down the back by imagining screwing the hands into the floor. You've got a lovely long spine. We're just going to work through the pelvis. we're going to allow the back to overarch and then come arching up towards the ceiling, tummy going down towards the mat. Just getting a really nice bit of movement into that lower spine. We're going to turn this actually into a full cat and cow. What I mean by that is the whole spine getting involved. You're arching all the way up and all the way down. So we're getting mobility through the entirety of the spine. We're going to spend a minute or two here. So just think about where you want that extra mobility tonight. If you want it further into the lower back, gently ease the body weight a little bit further back. You might want to have a cat position, but just easing the body backwards slightly. You might want to sit back into child's pose for a few seconds. Just really allow that lower back to relax. Or you might feel it more, the tension in the upper part of the back, in which case I suggest you move your body weight gently forwards and you draw those shoulders up towards the ceiling with the body weight gently further forwards than it would be. If you want a little bit of side movement, you can move the hand position. You might want to rock forwards and backwards. Even when you're stretching to the side, looking over your shoulder. You could be going the other side. Gently getting a stretch down the side, stretch into the back. Or you might, in the normal cat, you might just want to draw some circles with your hips. Draw them in one direction, draw them in the other direction. So the move I want to move on from here, we're actually going to do a leg pull prone. So this move in other circles is quite similar to what you might call a plank. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of options depending on how your wrists, shoulders, elbows kind of thing feel. If it is comfortable for you to do so, you can have kind of effectively a high plank starting position. So from this all fours, I'm just going to tuck my toes and go into a long plank. So I'm drawing the core in, we're getting ourselves set up, so breathing in, engage the core, and as you breathe out, take those knees up. You've got this long plank position. If that's not working for you and you want to drop down and you prefer to do it on your elbows, you have your hands directly in front of your shoulders but at head height, so they're kind of just in front of your eye view, and we're going to do a long plank from here. If it's all a bit much, it's a hard move to get into, you might prefer just to keep the knees down but straighten at the hips. So if you can see, the top of my head all the way down to my knees is a straight line. That's like a low kind of plank position, or you can do it again for a long arm position. So I'm giving you a few different starting options. Okay, so we'll get into that position. Breathe in, engage the core. As you breathe out, just have your starting plank. You can always drop down when you need to. You can always reduce the intensity when you need to. But from here, my hands are screwed into the mat, my shoulder blades drawn down my back. Okay, I've got my core switched on, and what I'm going to do is just alternate 3 single leg lifts. So it's long, 2, 3, other side, lift, 2, 3, and relax it down back to a child's pose. Okay, just going to stay here in a child's pose for me. Take a little break. And then bring it back up. Think about what starting position. We're going to do that again. So breathe in, switch on the core, breathe out, start your plank start position. When you're ready, one side, lift, 2, 3, other side, lift, 2, got a really nice long spine, drop the knees, back into child's pose. So enjoying that relaxation in child's pose. If you're getting any twinginess in your lower back, you need to take it down an option or take a little rest into this. And if you want to, if you're getting any twinginess and you don't know of an easier option, just drop through child's pose and just hang out there for a few more breaths. Just enjoy the stretch instead. Okay, back up to plank. We're going to try it 2 more times. So when you're ready, breathe in, switch on the core, breathe out, lengthen. We'll do 1 lift, 2, 3, other side, 2, 2, and 3, back to child's pose. And Coming up last time, are you ready? Breathe in, switch on the core. As you breathe out, lengthen. And then single leg, 1, 2, 3. Other side, 2, 3. Knees down, drop it back. Awesome. It's a strong position. If you're not used to that long plank position, it's a really strong position. But it's a fantastic workout for your core. Absolutely fantastic. Holding that long line of the spine. The temptation is, you're doing this, I'll just show you the temptation. What you can observe people do is bum up in the air. Just tuck it right under. So you've got a little straight line. If I had a broomstick down your back in this position, it's that long position. Wonderful. So from here, I'm going to get you onto your tummies. I'll take my glasses off so I don't face plant on the floor. We're going to do a dart. So we did a standing dart earlier. So I want you to start the starting position. I'm just going to suggest that you lay on one side, so you're on your cheek on one side. I want you to gently tuck the hips under. I'm going to have a double leg kick into a dart, okay? And a double leg kick, you just want to watch to start with, because it's not obvious and you'll be looking down in a moment. So it's going to be 2 legs, kick, heel, toe, heel, and down. So it goes heel, toe, heel towards the bottom and down. And we're going to interlace that with a dart. So let me show you what that looks like. Heel, toe, heel. Squeeze those shoulders together, open out the hands now point down to the floor, lengthening up so the chest is coming up and forwards, and release it down. When you release down, switch over so you're aligned with your cheek on the other side, okay? So in that upper body position, the legs are relaxed. And when you're ready, we'll go back into the legs, heel, toe, heel, and down. We'll do another heel, toe, heel, and down. And we'll do a dart, bringing the chest up and forwards, working through the back, and bring the cheek down on the other side. Heel, toe, heel, and out. Kick in the heel, toe, heel, and out. And do a lovely long dart. Bring it down, cheek on the other side. Heel, toe, heel, and down. And again, heel, toe, heel, and down. Really strengthen through those shoulder blades. Draw them down the back, chest raised. And down, kick in heel, toe, heel, relax, heel, toe, heel, relax. And squeeze that upper body. And relax it there. Lovely. Okay, from here, we're going to come over onto our side. So today, we're going to have another go at that arm opening that we've done before. So if you've got a mat, cushion for under your head, please use it now. That'd be great. Not the end of the world if you don't have one. You can just use a sofa cushion. We've talked about this before. But if you do have something like a head pad, that's fantastic. Okay, I want you in a side lying position, please. So imagine you've fallen off the chair, so your knees are directly in front of your hips and your feet are going down away from you, okay? In this side lying position, to get neutral, I want you to imagine you can get a straw underneath your waist. So ease that top hip away, that will draw your waist away from the mat. I want you to pull your shoulder blades down your back. Have your hands resting on top of each other, and your head should be just quite comfy on your cushion. So it shouldn't make you feel like you're being pushed up or pushed down. It's just a nice comfy position. So breathe in. I want you to relax the body, just relax. Just let all that tension go, just gently ease that hip away, just relax. Breathe in, engage the core. As you breathe out, take that top arm and watch it with your eyes, watch the fingertips, the head's turning, and it's opening up and all the way out. And back in. So your core is switched on, and I want you to rotate along a really long spine. So you're not hunching, the shoulder is staying away from the ear, and this is at your pace, so it might just feel lovely just to open up and hold. And in this this hold position, I want your hips to remain pointing up towards the ceiling. So your hips haven't moved. Your lower body, kind of just below your tummy button line, hasn't moved at all. You've got that twist through the spine. And you might just enjoy holding it out there. Or you might prefer the movement, the mobility, the movement around these joints, the opening. When you take that arm across, imagine my hand beneath the top shoulder blade, that you're trying to press into my hand that's on the floor. Just imagine I'm there with you, just holding that shoulder gently open. And you're just working the arm up, up, up. How high can you reach? You can imagine you're inside a big ball or a big balloon and you're just trying to reach the edge. And it's just half an inch past the end of your fingertips. But you're still trying. So at the back of the move, the chest is pointing as much as it can be up towards the ceiling. The shoulder at the back is aiming to be towards the floor. And the hips are staying stacked up towards the ceiling. So the lower body is just relaxed. And it feels so lovely. So, so, so lovely. Just one more for me. So there's no rush. There's no rush. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy that position. And release. Relax it there. Lovely. Okay, when you're ready, I'm going to ask that you come onto your back now. We're going to be doing a move lying on our back. If it is normal for you to have a pad or a cushion underneath your head and that's more comfortable on your neck, by all means do. If you don't need one, that's absolutely fine too. So if you're comfortable lying with your head on a flat surface, that's absolutely fine. Let's find this neutral position, okay? So you might want to start with your feet together, get your heels out, toes out to follow. The knees will open as well, so the knees, hips and feet are in line. So if you did look down, probably can't see where your feet are. They're directly kind of past your legs now. Lovely. Got this long spine position. I just want you to work through the pelvis. Imagine that torch on the front of your pelvis. Just pointing over your head, over your feet, over your head, over your feet. So you're feeling that sensation of the lower back pressing into the mat, and then coming away from the mat, really arching up. And allowing that to settle. Allowing that to settle in the middle. Should feel really comfy. You've got that long spine, and I've just drawn the shoulder blades down the back. My hands are naturally pointing up towards the ceiling. The neck is long. The head is drawn away from the tailbone. Okay, we're going to do a move called a single leg stretch. So breathe in. Switch on the core. My legs are all relaxed and floppy. As I breathe out, I'm just going to let the leg drag on the floor and come back. We'll stay on the same leg for 3. What I'm trying to do is keep my hips really level, keep the gap underneath my back the same. So I've got that comfortable arch under the back. Switch sides when you're ready. Breathe out to blow the leg away. Breathe in to bring it back. Out to blow it away, but I've got this really relaxed upper body. Do 3 out and in before bringing it back in. If you'd like to work a little bit harder, you can start with the knee above the hip and extend, bring it in. Extend, bring it in. So I'm blowing out for the leg to go away. Breathe in to bring it back. We'll switch sides. So breathe out to send it away. Breathe in to bring it back. Out, send it away. In to bring it back. still focusing on keeping those hips really level. Wonderful. Switching sides. If you'd like to take it up another level, you can do this from a tabletop. So both legs raised, knees above the hips in the starting position. Breathe out to lengthen away. Breathe in to bring it back. Out to lengthen away. In to bring it back. Other side. So we're doing this in sets of 3. Okay, if you want to work it up, so you're stopping at your level, by the way. So if that was keeping on the floor, keep on the floor, it's absolutely fine. But if you want to bring the arms in, it's opposite arm and leg, out and in. The shoulder blade's still drawn down the back, maintaining the gap under the lower back, so I'm not arching anymore, but I'm certainly not flattening down either. And other side, out and in. Lovely, keeping that long spine, long position, don't forget to breathe. Okay, and we'll do one more set through. Out and in, out and in. Third time, switch sides. Still keeping that gap under the back. Still drawing the shoulder blades down. Calf floppy, foot floppy, arm floppy. Relax. When you're ready, the arms come down. Take one leg down, take the other leg down. Oh, that was a good one. Woo. Feeling that, team. Right, we're just going to have a little hip flexor release. So do you remember that standing stretch where we brought the knee in towards the chest? Lengthen the other leg away. Let's do that while we're lying down. Just enjoy that hip flexor release. And just gently breathe through it. Just enjoy the full wide breathing. And we'll switch sides. So bring that leg down. I want to bring the other leg up towards the chest before lengthening the long leg away. Holding that leg in, just really releasing the hip flexor. Okay, and use this leg, the leg that you're hanging on to. We're going to come up to seating, so you might want to just use this leg to help you have a little bit of oomph to get up there. Just rolling up. If that wasn't going to work for you, just come up to seated however you'd like to. Okay, we're going to have a little go at a rolling move. So we're going to try rolling like a ball. I think this is the first time we've done rolling sequences with you. So we're going to keep it simple. Let's start at the beginning. Okay, so we're starting, sitting up nice and tall. Let's get the seated position, the seated neutral. Feet, knees and hips aligned. Sitting up nice and tall. The spine is long, shoulder blades drawn down the back. Now, you've got a few options. You can just hang on to the back of your thighs if you like, or you can hang on to your calves. But what we're aiming for is you're going to breathe in, switch on the core, just ease yourself back, and then you're going to curl under and roll and bring it back, okay? And the aim is that it is your strength of your abdominals in the curl, you're remaining in that curved position with your back, and the strength of your abdominals are bringing your back up, rather than swinging at the leg, okay? So breathe in, switch on the core, curve down, and if it is comfy, you can keep rolling. You're going back through neutral, so when you come back to neutral, curve the spine, roll back up, curve the spine. Now, if this really isn't for you and you kind of get to the bottom, get a bit stuck, we've all been there. Okay, if you want to, you can do it so that you hang onto one leg and you can switch legs while you're going. So you can go down, bring that leg to bring you up, switch legs, bring that leg to bring you up, back to neutral, switch legs, bring that leg to bring you up, other side. And this might feel like a nice alternative for you. Okay, or you can stick with our original rolling, curving back to neutral, rolling, curving back to neutral. We'll just do 2 more. long spine, last one, long spine. Fantastic. Probably feeling that in the abs actually. So let's lie back down, just get yourself back down. I'm going to do a full body stretch. I'll just move those pads. Full body stretch, stretching all the way, fingertips to toes. Now in this position your back will naturally arch away from the mat, that's absolutely fine. Getting a lovely stretch down the abdominals, down the front of the tummy. And a whole body stretch, so you're really trying to draw the fingertips away, all the way away from the toes. Lovely. Okay, relax that there. So we're going back to a lying neutral position. I'm going to talk you through a move called crisscross. So let's get back to neutral. Feet, knees and hips aligned. Just rock through the pelvis again if you need to. Allow that to settle in the neutral position. Okay, so crisscross is a move. We're bringing the opposite shoulder over towards the knee and the knee towards the shoulder. So breathe in, switch on the core. I'm going to start it just with an abdominal curl, maintaining that gap under your back. So breathe in, switch on the core, legs are relaxed. Breathe out, just bring the head up and down. And again. Now I'm going to take the shoulder over to the knee and the other side. So shoulder to opposite knee, bring it down, back to the middle, up and down, two in the middle. There we go. And now opposite sides, cross and across. If this feels comfortable, we've got two in the middle. So you're breathing out to go up, in to come down. You might want to lengthen that leg away. So you're going across and switch sides, and length, across, length, switch sides. Up in the middle, leg away, in, back, down, away, in, back, down. Or you may find it comfortable to go for two, or you might want to have the legs up actually, two up, and then it's in and in. Two in the middle, so you've got this tabletop starter position, and then across and across. Keeping that gap under the lower back, shoulder blades drawn down the back, across and across, and one more time, up and up and across and across. Ooh, legs down, release it there, release it there. Wonderful. Let's have a little hamstring stretch here. So hamstring stretch, take one leg up towards the ceiling, hold it behind the back of the leg. So depending on your flexibility, you may be holding behind the back of the thigh or behind the back of the calf. You might be able to reach up to the foot. What I want you to do though is focus on keeping these hips down towards the ground. And to do that, you might want to take the other leg along the floor. That might stop you bringing your leg in quite as far. But as long as this leg is straight and you're feeling a lovely stretch down the back of the leg, the hamstring, that's where you want to be. Okay? So we'll just hold this position. If you spend a lot of time sitting down, or if you do activities like a lot of cycling, anything like that, you get really tight hamstrings. Really super tight. So it's a lovely way to just lengthen these out. I'm going to aim to hold this stretch a little bit longer so we can develop the flexibility in this, okay? And when we're developing, we need to hold the stretch. I'm going to ask you to take a big breath in, and as you breathe out, see if you can just ease that leg just a little bit closer, maybe an extra inch. It shouldn't feel uncomfortable, it shouldn't feel twingy or really kind of sharp paining, just should feel a nice stretch. If it is coming to being uncomfortable, then just let it out a bit, that's fine. What can also help if you struggle to hold on to the leg, if you have a belt or something like that, and you loop it around the foot, you can hold on to that belt and hold that leg position. It might just allow you to relax more into it. So maybe next week, if I remember, I will bring a belt with me and just show you what that looks like. You might want to have a belt ready for that workout if you get a chance. But if you don't have one, you can always do it like this. It's not a big drama. Okay, release that leg, relax it down. I'm going to take the other knee up and then take the other leg up. So lengthen away the leg that's on the floor, the leg that you're holding in, holding behind the back of the leg, just feeling that initial stretch position. Really enjoying this position. Take a nice big deep breath in for me. As you breathe out, just ease it in an extra inch into the body. Oh, that feels good. That feels really good. Just let the shoulders relax down towards the mat, as much as you can. If you can, keep this leg straight. I feel like mine's bending a little bit, so I'll let it come out a little bit. I don't need to bend as much. Really feeling this stretch down the hamstrings. And release that down there. That was a really nice lengthening through those hamstrings. Right, I'm just going to get you to turn over. We've got to do that arm opening on the other side. So from here, I'm going to switch ends just so that you can see me really well. Take my glasses so they don't get broken while I'm there. Right, so we've got that arm opening sequence. What I want you to do again is assume that position where it's as though you're falling off the chair. So knees, ankles and hips are stacked on top of each other. So you've got 90 degrees at the hip joints, 90 degrees at the knee joints. So you've got those right angles set up. Just going to push that top hip away, draw the waist away from the mat, draw the shoulder blades down the back. The hands are on top of each other, the shoulders are drawn down, everything, all the stacks are pointing up towards the ceiling, okay? Breathe in, switch on the core, relax everything in the legs, relax the arms, and as you breathe out, take that top arm over and allow yourself to look where it's going. And bringing it back. Remember, this is at your pace. We're going to have a good, nice, long couple of minutes here. So if you do want to hold it open, just hold it open. Just allow that top shoulder just to ease towards the floor. Try and keep those hips as stacked as you can. So don't allow them to drop back. Try and keep them nice and stacked. That will probably mean for a lot of people that you probably can't get that hand, the far hand down all the way to the floor. That's absolutely fine. It's fine. You're getting that lovely, beautiful twist along a long spine. So if you had a broom handle down your back, you're twisting kind of around that broom handle. You're not arching away from it, or you're not leaning away from it. You've just got a long, long spine. When you're ready, bring the arm back, or you may just have been continuing the movement. Whichever suits, whichever suits. There's no right, there's no wrong. Just whatever is working for you. Still keep those shoulder blades drawn down the back. I still want you to visualise that top hip gently easing away, so I'm keeping that gap underneath my waist. Keeping that long spine. Really nice, big, long movement. Beautiful work, guys, beautiful. Just feels so good. As you take it over, the chest points up towards the ceiling. Try and get that top shoulder over towards the mat behind you. Feeling that stretch across the chest. Twisting through the spine. Stretch on the top shoulder. I am aware this isn't for everyone. If you do have shoulder problems that make this uncomfortable, do it to wherever works for you. If you only want to go, for instance, maybe you like just stopping just when the fingertips come up towards the ceiling, and maybe actually that's enough for your shoulder, that's fine, that's fine. Or maybe even having the arm in this long position is less comfy. So you can alter that. Maybe you want to do it with the arm bent. Okay, that might work better for you. I'm asking that you listen to your own body, make sensible decisions. Don't make a decision that's going to make you worse tomorrow. Make a decision that's going to make you feel better. There is no pressure. There is no one to compete against. You are just honouring your body, making it stronger, making it more flexible, making it more able for you to do your daily bits and bobs. And especially at the moment, it might help you with a bit of movement after a weekend of gardening or something like that. It might just give you that extra bit of mobility. Maybe your back's been a bit sore, maybe you've been doing some work at home or in the garden, you just need that stretch out. Okay, just one more. I know it feels good. I don't want to stop either, but just one more. Just one more. Oh, yes. Okay. We're just going to have a lovely stretch out after that very difficult arm opening section. Right, let's have a little sit up. Sit up. And then we can open out through our chest. So when you're ready, I want you to squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back. Open the chest out, looking up towards the ceiling. Feeling the tension between the shoulder blades. So you've got that stretch across the chest. Lovely and calm and relaxed. Should recognise the work that your body's done. Okay, we're going to do a twisting stretch through the body. So if you let one leg straighten out, if that's comfy, take the other leg across. I'm going to ask you to take your shoulder over towards the knee, so you're hugging kind of across yourself. Take the other arm around, you've got a long spine, sitting up nice and tall, and twist it round. So you're looking over your back shoulder, the chest is going out towards the side of the room. Really nice long spine. So again, it's that sensation of twisting a long spine. Okay, release that. Take the foot out. Other leg across. I'm going to ask you to hug around that knee, take the hand behind, lift up that spine tall, twist it round. And release that here. We're going to come over onto all fours. So if you want to swing your legs round, coming over onto all fours, we're going to do just a couple of rounds of thread the needle just to get some mobility through the spine in a twisting in this all fours position. So going for neutral all fours, knees, hips, ankles in line, long spine, shoulders drawn down the back. Just want you to take one arm through and relax down into the mat. So your cheek or the side of your head is on the mat. What I'm doing with this hand that's pressing down, I'm gently pressing the hand into the mat so that I'm gently easing my chest twisted towards the side of the room. So my hips stay fairly high. I'm relaxing, I'm getting a little stretch through the shoulder of the arm that's on all the way on the floor. Just holding this position tonight. Sometimes we do this as more of a mobility, a little bit of movement into it. I'm just holding for the stretch. I'm going to unwind and take that hand all the way, open it out towards the ceiling. So now I'm looking in the opposite direction, chest opening in the opposite direction. Just feeling the stretch and the twist again. Coming back to all fours, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'll just switch around so that you can see me, you can stay in the direction you were pointing in. So when you're ready, taking the other arm under, pushing the flat hand that's on the mat, just pushing up against that to bring the chest round. So chest aims to be pointing just gently towards the side of the room. And relaxing the side of the head, relaxing the arm that's all the way down on the floor. Now we hold this lovely position. We're going to switch and open it back out in the other direction. So when you're ready, bring that arm back out. Take it all the way up to the ceiling. Twisting the chest in the opposite direction. Looking up if it's comfortable to do so towards the hand, pointing up towards the ceiling. And bring that back down to all fours. I'm going to give you a little calf stretch here. So from here, if you point one leg, straighten one leg away from you, put the toes down to the mat and gently ease the body weight backwards so the heel goes past where the toes are on the floor. You feel that stretch on the calf, so I'm easing the body weight backwards into that back heel. Getting a lovely stretch down the calf. The shoulders are still drawn away from the head. The spine is long, got this lovely straight on position. And switch sides for me. So heel, push it back and away. Really enjoying this stretch through the calf. Bring that back in. We're just going to gently push the body weight backwards. We're going to come up to standing, rolling to straighten up through the legs first, and then rolling up through the spine. Rolling up, rolling up. Coming back to neutral. Just going to take a couple of big breaths in. Right, we're going to come up onto your toes, really stretch it up. And relax. One more. Really feel that length, feel how tall you can be. And relax it there. Well guys, as always, it was an absolute pleasure to spend my time with you tonight. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll be joining me again next week. Have a fantastic time. Alright, bye bye.